Hello, babe. We're filming a book video. I'm eating goldfish. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Isha if you're new here, and if you are new here, stick around, subscribe for more videos from me. Also, all my social media link down below if you want to stay, you know, connect with me throughout the week, in between videos. You know the vibe. Today we're going to be talking about all the books that I want to read this fall. Okay, this might be a long video. Some of these books I've been putting off reading for a really long time that I really want to read this fall, and they dream fall for me. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. So this is gonna be a fall TBR. I might have a winter TBR too. This is kind of gonna be like fall slash like the end of summer. So I'm gonna start with the end of summer first, and then we can go into the books I want to read like when we're in the full swing of fall, where the leaves are changing and it's getting windy and I can wear cardigans and I can just be my best element, you know. Start with the ones on my phone first, because if I don't, I will forget to mention them. There are 3 that haven't came out yet, and then 1 that I was recommended that I recently just bought, so hopefully it'll come in the mail soon. So the first one is Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. One of my favorite books is better than the movies. I love that book so much. I wait to read Nothing Like the Movies. It's gonna be Wes and Liz in college, and then like they break up, and I think he's gonna be trying to get her back. It's just gonna be such a good read. I just know it is. So I cannot wait to read that. If you ever read Better Than the Movies, where have you been at? Because like that book, top tier. I just say so myself. The next one is Lost and Lassoed. I cannot wait to read this book. Like, I read Dun Dustin this year. I read Swift and Saddled, and those are some of my favorite books I read this year. Like, they're so good, they're so entertaining. You get the small town feel, friend group feel, and like you just feel like you're at home while reading her book. And they're not like super long books either, so like you're entertained the whole time. Single dad trope, a small town romance, and I just can't wait to get my hands on it. Also, Best Friend's Brother. What can I say? What can I say? I just know it's gonna be so good, so I cannot wait to read that one. The next one is Pumpkin Spice Calf. This is the one that got recommended to me, and I really want to read it because I'm looking for a book that's going to remind me of Gilmore Girls, and she said it was given that. So it's like a murder mystery, neighbor romance. I think that's what the vibe is. It's gonna read off the tropes because I don't really know. Cozy romantic mystery with grumpy sunshine, small town setting, happily ever after, and found family. Oh, just gonna eat. And then the last one is The Striker. I like most of the books I read by Anna Wong. I think it might be a new series with soccer players, so I'm gonna read that. Okay, so in the month of September, these are the books I really want to read, and then like we're gonna go into like the rest of fall. So some of these are like still like summer vibes. Daydream by Hannah Grace. I did not finish Icebreaker. I read it. I read like maybe half of it. I might go back and reread it, but I know I'm gonna go back and re-listen to it because I bought the audio version after like I kind of DNF'd the book. I was like, get through the audio version. I know I can. It wasn't a bad book. I was entertained, but I think I got sidetracked and I started reading a different book, and then I said I was gonna go back to it, and I never went back to it. It's been a year, which is the second book. These are standalones, but it's also a part of a series. The other characters pop up, I've heard, so that's kind of why I want to read the rest of them, but it's not a need. So I'm gonna read Daydream. I feel like this one's gonna be up my alley. The next one is 7-Year Slip. Y'all, this is one of the cutest books. I'm telling you, I was literally smiling, giggling, kicking my feet already, and I'm only like a quarter of a way through. I'm going to finish this month, and you know, like when you're like maybe 10% in, 15% in, and you're like, yeah, this is gonna be one of my favorite reads. This is that. I'll give like a little bit of detail. It's following Clementine and Irwin, and I don't think I'm saying his name right. And they basically are in the apartment at the same time, but they're 7-year time difference between them. Okay, she's 7 years in the future, he's 7 years in her past, and they're in the apartment together at the same time. The apartment is magical. So far it's so cute, so I have a feeling it's gonna be one of my favorites, so definitely want to finish that. And then the next one is Between Lovers and Friends. I literally bought this because of the cover. I didn't really read the back, so we're gonna go in this blind. The next one is Yours Truly. I loved Just for the Summer, and of course I'm going to have to need to read this one, okay? Because if Just for the Summer had me like that, this one has to live up to a lot. This one has to live up to a lot. Because when I read The Friend Zone, I didn't really like it, but Just for the Summer is probably one of my favorite books ever. It's supposed to be a workplace romance and maybe a dislike to like. This one has high standards. Love Unwritten. I really want to read this one, but I have other books that I want to read before this one, so it just keeps getting moved down on my TBR. It will get read. The Love Unwritten is a nanny, a billionaire romance, a small town romance, and they say that this one's better than the first one. I really like the first one, so I know this one will be really good. Okay, and then Play Along. I'm reading this one as soon as I get done with the 7-Year Slip. Like, there's no ifs about it. I ain't reading this one. Like, Caught Up was probably one of my favorite books last year. It is one of my favorite books, period. Right Move and Caught Up are kind of neck and neck. So I really liked Isaiah and Caught Up, so I know it's gonna be really good. And I love seeing like Isaiah and Kennedy in Caught Up, and the way Isaiah was flirting with her. Like, it was cute. in fall, during this fall time, I really want to get into like mystical magical books, fantasy. I really want to get in that. Like that was kind of like one of my goals to get into this year. I feel like the fall time is like the perfect time to do that. Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. The fact that I ran and bought this when everyone was ranting about it was crazy, because I think I spent like $30 on it and I haven't even read it yet. I guess I was just lacking some common sense at that point, but it's fine. I really want to read Fourth Ring and Iron Flame, and I really don't know anything about this, if I'm being honest. I know dragons are involved. I know, yeah, that's all I really know. Dragons are involved. And I really like Rebecca, I can't say her last name, Yarrow's books. The ones I have read, I really liked. After I finish the books I want to read in September, I think I'm gonna like do a reading vlog on both of these. Stay tuned for that. And then staying into like that same frame state of mind, you know, I want to read Legend Born, and if I like it, I want to get the two other books. I want to get the other book. I think it's 2 more in the series, but I'm not sure. I'm really not. This one's supposed to be about a girl who, it's a high school girl. She goes to college, and then I think like she finds out that she has like powers, and she's trying to find out like what happens to her mom. But not really like that much in detail. I haven't really seen any reviews on it. Basically I'm going to this blonde too. But yeah, I'm excited. And then sticking into that, I want to read Assistant to the Villain, and then the second book just came out, and I didn't read this when I first got it because they said that it left on a cliffhanger, and I really wanted to wait for the second book to come out so I could read them together. And I don't really know what this one is. I just know that first like romance assistant, he's an evil villain, she's helping him. I don't know, like I said, I don't really know what's going on. I've heard mixed reviews about this one though. Oh, staying into that mystical magical world, I want to read Powerless and Reckless, but I don't know where I put Powerless, so I just have Reckless here with me right now. But I want to read both of those. I've also heard mixed reviews about this one, since it's inspired by like the Hunger Games and another popular book. People say that they rather just like read that one. So both of those are YAs. Yeah, I know I'll be loving YAs. I want to read Lore of the Wild. First of all, can we get into the detail? Can we? Y'all, and then I looked at the back, and like it has like the moon and the butterflies. Yeah, we're reading this fall, definitely. Okay, so they're trapped in a prison, and she's been trying to escape. She wants her own magic. Okay, this one's going to be a mystical magical world, mystical magical ride. I'm excited for it. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. This was on my fallreads last year, and I didn't get to it. And then like winter rolled around, and then I was like, Halloween's over. I don't really want to read it. So I don't really have to read this in October. I don't know why I really want to read this in October though. So hopefully we're reading in October. I'm pretty sure she like moves into a society with other witches, but I don't really think she's actually a witch. So I don't think she has any powers, but that's why they're on my TBR. I don't know what's going on, but I want to know what's going on. The next one is Better Hate Than Ever. I kind of know what's going on because I read the first book, and this is like the second book. I think it's a duet. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Better Hate Than Ever. It's supposed to be like an enemies to lovers. They're kind of like childhood enemies. It was kind of that vibe. He's basically like best friends with the whole family, part of the family. She cannot stand him. She does not like him. She recently moved into Bia, her sister's apartment, and he's always coming around, and I don't know what happened. And I really like Lisa's books. Because they always have like representation, neurodivergent characters or something of the sort. I really like reading those type of books. Her books never miss for me. So the next one is Charming as a Verb, based in New York. Everyone in college, or they're thinking about college, something like that. So little YA. I want to read this fall. The next one is Collided. I kind of know what this is about because I've seen like multiple people talk about it, and when the author was doing a whole bunch of promo on Instagram, they kept popping up on my Explorer page, and that's what got me to buy college romance. I think it's like a reverse Grumpy Sunshine, and he falls first and hard, working together for her school project. So I think this one's gonna be really cute. You see where I'm going, like college romances during the fall time. I don't know, I just like reading college romances and like high school YA type books during fall time. Like those what make me feel like I'm in the fall. I have these 2 on here. The football romances make me feel like I'm in the fall time because like football season make a romance. But Don't Let Me Fall and Don't Let Me Go, these are both college romances. This is a tutor romance, and then a best friend's little sister. And then I heard someone said that it reminds them of the Sailor U series, and I really enjoyed that series. I think that was like one of the first series I read. So the next one is The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I really want to read this one. First of all, it's a mystery. Second of all, Holly Jackson's books are really good. A Girl's Got to Murder, my favorite little trilogies. Those are really like the only books I've read that are like mystery murder that I really liked, besides The Natural, the first book. I want to finish that series, but we're gonna talk about that in a second. So I wanted to read this one because it's supposed to be about like a girl's mother who disappeared, and then like they're filming a documentary of like what happened, and then like her mother pops back up. The next one is Killer Instinct. I've read the first book last like fall time or the summer. I can't remember. I read it last year and I want to finish the series, so I want to read Killer Instinct and like the other 2 books. It might be 5. I mean, it might be 5 in total, but I'm not sure. But Killer Instinct, I want to read this one. And I love reading like not mystical, but mystery type books during the fall time, because it just makes you feel like you're watching Criminal Minds and it's raining outside and you're just chilling, you know. The next one is Love and Other Conspiracies. I really just got this because of the cover and then the Bigfoot. I feel like it's gonna be a cute light read. She just got dumped. She was working with him, so she might get fired, and she's going to start producing a web show with Spawn, Hayden, and Hallie. And they end up in like investigating and doing like research and stuff about all of like the mysterious things that the world has going on. I think that's what this is. Saving 6. I have like maybe like a few pages left. I want to finish that, and then I want to start redeeming 6, because I really need to finish the reading vlog, because I was filming a reading vlog on it 2 months ago and I haven't finished it. So I want to read those 2, but those might just be safe for the winter time because these will be occupying my time. So that is all of the books that I have on my fall TBR at this current point in time. Y'all know it be changing, it be growing, and that's all I can say at this point in time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you added any of these books to your TBR, let me know. And if you have any of these books on your fall TBR, let me know, because I want to know, like, what are we gonna be reading at the same time? Okay, I'll talk to you guys next week in my next video. Bye.